Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Throwback Thursday 4K action figure review on the 3A Transformers Bumblebee Movies Deluxe Scale Blitzwing. If you're trying to get your 3A figures, you can do so at Big Bad Toy Store, proud sponsor of the ShartimusPrime YouTube channel. If you're trying to get your Transformers, your 3A figures, and all kinds of other goodies, you can do so over there. Make sure you click the link in the description below. And a big thanks to patron Adam G for sending this my way. Holy crap, dude, you do not have to do that. You're already supporting the channel and you hooked it up with this badass figure. Oh my goodness, man. Thank you so much. Anyway, we're getting a nice looking package right over here. I think it looks great. Nice looking package. That's what she said. But anyway, I really like how it looks. You get this magnet right here that holds it all together. Normally you'd see the plastic bubble holding the figure, but of course I removed it. You can see a nice product shot of Blitzwing right over there. And then on the side you can see the Decepticon symbol, and on the back looks like the Decepticon symbol and Transformers is written over asphalt. And then on this side you get the Decepticon symbol again. It says Transformers Bumblebee Movie, and then not much more at the bottom except for an official hologram sticker right there. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And I'm gonna slide Blitzwing along in right here, and oh man, this thing is so freaking badass. Holy crap. Now, I usually don't really fancy the non-transforming Transformer figures. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine. But 3A gets a pass, man. They're just so good at delivering on the sculpt and details and paint apps while giving us a lot of articulation and really high durability with these figures too. I just think they're absolutely outstanding. It's kind of, I will compare these to Hot Toys because they're kind of, well, you know, more or less in the same price range. These are actually quite a bit cheaper, but you're just getting higher quality product over here. I'm just really thrilled about them. So you get this stand, which is a little bit of a tricky thing to work with, I will say that. And there is some assembly required with this figure, but nothing too bad, nothing too difficult to work with. It's the same kind of stand that we see right here that we'd gotten with Optimus Prime. Blitzwing does have a Kulo port right over there. Taking this out is a bit tricky, and putting it back in is a little tricky as well, but you can just port that right back into place. If I was going to be more patient about it, I would do that on camera, but it just ports right back in there. I find it easier to actually remove the whole wing assembly right here in order to do that. Again, this stuff is very durable. It may sound rickety, but it's not. It's really high quality stuff. There's just a lot of moving parts right here. Just want to show, because it has these two little pieces on the side, it's just really hard to put back in there. So I'll do that. I want to be doing this for the video, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. There we go. Finally, with a little bit of patience, got that ported right back in. It's one thing that really amazes me is how much detail goes into the back of the figure right here when it's covered up too. You can see the spine, you can see that nice gunmetal gray plastic with the silver dry brushing over it. Just very impressive stuff, man. So that looks great. Really dig that quite a bit. The stand right here is pretty awesome. I do like the stand. It says 3A Bumblebee. You have to remove this piece right here if you want that shifted up and down. That's my only real gripe with it. This little button right here allows you to shift this up and down, and then this little switch right here allows you to move this forward and back. So that's really cool. Of course, it ports in two spots into the base. Nice looking base once again. I do like it. So that's pretty sweet. When you're putting the wings together, they just port into each wing goes into this middle section right here. So it's very easy to do. You can just see the hole right over there, and it just ports in, and that's pretty cool. You have these two little baby wing flaps, rear wing flaps that are on ball joints. They just port into each side of the Kulo port, so you have to put those in there. And then there's another accessory where you have to attach some pieces, and he also has his horn right there for his head, which, you know, you have to port in there yourself, and he does come with two extras of those in case you lose one or break one or something like that. There's also a light up feature here that I will not demonstrate, unfortunately, but let's look at the rest of the accessories, man. He does come with two fisted hands. So I'm just going to take those off for right now and go ahead and zoom. Hey, look at that. All that stuff's all laid out nice and pretty for you guys. Look at that. You know, trying to think of new ideas as I do these videos, you know, so I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys like it. But anyway, oh my goodness. I got to say, dude, the detail on just the accessories alone. You have the whole voice box right here from Bumblebee. So that's cool. You can see the hand right there is holding the voice box. That looks freaking amazing. I love that. The silver detail paint on this is just driving me nuts. Oh. And then, yeah, geekasm all over the place. He has the 2 wide open hands right there. Great immaculate detail right there in each of those fingers. I love how these are made out of like a hard rubbery material. So it's not brittle. It's not going to break on you if you drop it. It's not going to break on you if you misfire while trying to put it into the peg, you know. So that's really cool. Even some nice weathered detail right there on that little gray bit too. Jeez, man. You get these relaxed hands, and of course you get the fisted hands, which you'd seen just a moment ago. So that's awesome. And then you get this piece right here. I'm not going to remove these little rockets, or missiles. I guess these are missiles. But you have to attach each of these missiles. They have slits on the side of them, and then there's little ports on each side, so you just plug them in right there. But look at the detail on this thing, man. His weapon is just so badass. I love seeing that tan over gray. The weathered detail is just amazing. I think that's going to be the #1 phrase throughout this review is the weathered detailing, because it is truly amazing. One thing I also forgot to show off is that you do get some good instructions right here, and you also get a little warranty sheet, so that's cool. So I guess in case something happens, they got your back, man. I think that's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and demonstrate porting on his big old hand cannon over here. It removes right here, or it detaches right here, and just wiggle that off. The directions tell you be careful when you're putting this on, it doesn't run into this. As you can see as I'm doing it, it could run into it if I'm not being careful, but I'm keeping an eye out for everything and nothing's running into each other, and that looks freaking great. That is awesome. God, that is so freaking cool looking. Such a dope looking figure. Damn, man, so sick. The articulation is badass on this thing too. I don't know what happened to my voice. My voice has just been really weird lately. I've been recording some other reviews today, and it's like I just can't talk right. This is actually my 4th attempt at doing this video right here, because they have to all be done in one shot. And yeah, so I just keep tripping over my words today. So yeah, there I go. There I go. All right, so let's get a closer look, because it just looks so freaking awesome, man. Look at that head sculpt. Doesn't that head sculpt look great? I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. There's that head sculpt. I know, stupid dad joke. I know, it's pretty bad. But man, if I can get this in focus right here. Ah, geez, look at those eyes. And that's with no light up feature on there or anything. That just looks so damn sick. So happy with that. Jeez, that is incredible. I just want to get really tight on that face sculpt. That is badass. Loving that, man. Just so menacing looking. My camera's falling over on me. Love that detail. And then just the detail throughout. Again, as I said, we're gonna hear about sculpted detail over and over again on this figure, because it's just top notch. I mean, look at this. Right? Nothing's just one flat color. There's paint on everything. The translucent, milky, clear plastic right here for the cockpit. They use this nice bronze color right over here on the top. I mean, looking at that, nice wash inside there. The wings just look freaking amazing. Nice sculpted little detail with the bolts. You could actually feel them all on there, right here. And this little piece right here. Oh my goodness. This whole section is just blowing my mind. It's so freaking cool looking, man. I can't help it. I love the details. I was just talking to my neighbor yesterday actually about how we went to Galaxy's Edge and how I was just freaking out over just looking around the banisters and just, you know, the steps and everything was just painted with all kinds of crazy detail, and it just, oh man, just hit the geek spot so hard. But I don't know how I got into talking about Star Wars when I'm, you know, talking about a Transformers figure. That's kind of weird, huh? What the hell's wrong with you, Shartimus? But anyway, that looks great right over here. I really like that. The legs, the details. You get the USAF right over there. So sick, man. I'm loving how the feet came out. That's awesome. And one little detail here that I did not expect is that they actually gave rubber tires right here on the very front. Man, I really wish this thing could transform. That would just be such an incredible bonus. It would probably cost just way too much money. And these little rubber tires actually roll, which is great. I love that. Hello, Lord Emetron. She snuck into the garage. And yeah, man, that is just detailed out like crazy. The bottom of the feet right here don't have too many details. Yeah, so that's really cool. Yeah, so that's really cool. Really digging that a lot. There's some copyright stuff at the bottom. It says 3A. You can see the thrusters right there. So that's sick, man. All right, let's get into the articulation as my beautiful 2-year-old daughter hugs my leg as I'm trying to talk about this figure. You like the giant robot, huh, Emma?
Yeah.
Is it awesome? Oh, she wants to hang with Dada. Okay, so anyway, looking at this, I don't know why the focus is not working. Ayúdame con la niña, por favor. Okay, so the head can turn side... Oh, and then there goes the little horn right there. Just knocked over the little horn. You can turn the head side to side, and you do get some good head pivoting right here, which is great. And you can move the head downward just a little bit and back a whole ton. So you can get him into flying poses, which I think is great. Oh man, there's good shoulder articulation right here. He does have a butterfly joint that allows this to move in and out, and it will shift up and down, obviously, at this piece right over here. It doesn't rotate over there, but you can rotate this all the way around. Make sure it's not running into anything. This flap will move in and out, as you can see right there. You also get this little flap right here. When you move that outward, it allows the shoulder to move outward that far. And you do get a bicep swivel. You do get double jointed elbows right there. And you do get wrists that turn side to side and hinge up and down or side to side depending on which direction you want to go. It's on a ball joint, so that's great. You don't get any real ab crunching on this guy. You can move these pieces up and down though. So I thought that allowed for ab crunching, but there's no real ab crunching. The wings can move in and out a bit, not as much as I'd like, but you can move them in and out, and you can rotate them forward and not back so much. So a little bit of movement right there with the wings. You do get solid waist swivel right here, as you can see right there. It's on that like pin system. So that turns side to side. Hips move outward very far, so he can do the splits, and it gets tricky like finding a place to hold the figure. These flaps are on ball joints, as I'd already mentioned. The legs will kick very far forward, very far back. You do get a thigh swivel in there. You do get double jointed knees. Oh man, this figure is quite stabby. Oh, just ran right into the wing right there, and I dropped the lens. But you do get double jointed knees. And again, I haven't ruined anything on the figure, even though I had plastic run into it. I'm like looking at this, I'm like, no, that looks fine. Maybe a tiny little pain at the edge, but still, it looks really good. Ankles move down. They do move up a little bit. They turn side to side, and he does have beautiful ankle pivot. Sorry about the blurriness right there, but ankle pivot, and it rotates side to side. No toe articulation or anything like that. So let's get this straightened up right over here, get him standing, and get him into position. Yeah, that back horn. I'm glad that they gave us those extra horns because they do fall off. I'm going to try to put this on right here. If you tap the front of his head, there's a button right there, and that triggers the light up feature. So that's where that button would be. But let's go right here. Somehow I hit a button on my camera that has it stuck on spot focus mode, you know, so I need it to like actually, there we go. All right, and wow, this thing is just too large. I gotta scooch him all the way back over there. There we go. Not too bad. Holy crap, that is so cool. All right, so for measurement, first off, this thing is freaking gigantic. Well, not gigantic, but a really tall figure, I'll say that. You can see it standing at around the 11.5, 12-inch mark, which is pretty sweet. And then for a size comparison with the 3A Optimus Prime, oh my god, these two look so sick side by side like that. Look at that, man. I have to get the Bumblebee figure now. Damn it. So there we go. I have to go invest in another figure. This is just so badass. Oh my god, both of these figures are so freaking cool. If I haven't said it before, and I do feel confident in saying it now because it took me a while to finally come to grips with it and admit it, but the Transformers Bumblebee movie is my favorite Transformers movie of all time. I feel like that movie gave me more G1 happiness and goodness than even the 86 movie because, oh man. Yeah, Rodimus can go to hell. Alright, so I hate that character so much. If you have any Rodimus Prime figures you want to send my way, I would gladly destroy them in a video for you. Okay, so you can see Masterpiece Starscream right over here next to Blitzwing. And yeah, you can see how much taller he stands compared to that Masterpiece. So that's pretty sweet. I really thought that was going to be, or I really thought he was Starscream when we first saw him in the trailer. I remember just absolutely losing it when I saw that. And then here's Blitzwing. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Yeah, alright, so let's get this guy in one final pose, and then I'll get on out of here and work on my fully edited video for tomorrow. And there goes that back horn again. But put this back in here, and alright, I'm just going to leave that aside for right now because I know you guys are not having fun watching me play around with that. But I just want to get this guy in a very dynamic pose right here just so you can see how freaking cool these figures can get. Even though this figure's been out for quite some time already, and you probably already think it's badass. And yeah, I mean, for one of my viewers, patrons, to send one to me is just such a huge honor. Very, very grateful, man. Thank you so much, Adam. This is so freaking cool. I mean, supporting the channel and sending this out, I mean, damn, that's just super sick. And, it's, yeah, I'm going to have to do this more off camera. So that's a bit of a bummer, but still, this figure hits the geek spot super hard. I give it a sud rating of I love it. I absolutely love this thing. Thank you so much again, Adam. Very grateful for this. It's just an incredible piece, man. Gonna go pick up the Bumblebee figure. You know, may have to save up a little bit because these things are not cheap at all, but I think they're totally worth it. Amazing piece. Highly recommend it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!